It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere you go. Take a look at the 5 and 10. It's glistening once again with candy canes and silver lanes that glow. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Good afternoon. We are live from Bowling Green, Ohio, in our favorite ugly sweaters. Don't know what I'm trying to say. We hope you are having a safe and enjoyable season. So you may be wondering what we've been up to in the last month. Well, let me tell you quite a bit. First of all, our support groups are continuing to meet. NAMI Connections, men's group, check-ins, all the same date, time, and location. Peer and family support group is still the same date and time. We moved it to Perrysburg Counseling, though we decided to put it on pause through the holidays because we just decided to. Our facilitators were kind of struggling making it up to Perrysburg. So join us again after the holidays if you're somebody that's looking forward to that support group. If you still need a support group to visit, we have our family and caregiver support group that started this week, yesterday to be exact. It is hosted at the NAMI office on Tuesdays at 2. Follow our events page on our website to stay up to date on that. We are posting our upcoming classes on our social media and our website. The next course is not until February. WRAP, which is Wellness Recovery Action Plan, will be finance focused. And Sherry and Amanda, I believe, are leading that one. I want to say thank you so much. On Giving Tuesday, we hosted our open house, and our open house went really well. So thank you for sharing our event, attending, donating, and supporting us. We made over $1,000 in donations. Thank you to Big B Coffee, Call of the Canyon Cafe, BGSU Athletics, and the Sweet Stop for all the goodies and tons of goodies. Let me tell you, we had donuts for days and raffle basket items. Our door decorating contest went really well. So let me show you that picture here. And I might even bring on everybody down here if I can figure out how to configure the screen. So our door decorating contest went really well. We had up here in the top left corner our Polar Express, who also partnered with the top right corner. And that won first place. That was Amanda and Maddie. Then we had our Frozen theme in the top middle. That was partnered by Courtney and Sherry. And they only made one child cry with the Olaf, which is okay. And then we had our elf theme, including the Candy Cane Forest. That was by Bree. She took third. That was down in the middle and the bottom. And then I was in the bottom left. I did holiday themed Hogwarts. And then on our bottom right, poor Krista won the Broken Leg Lamp Award with her best try with her National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation themed door. So very cute. It just won the Broken Leg Lamp Award. So thank you all for joining us. I'm going to remove you guys from the screen now. Holidays can be pretty stressful. As adults, we have to schedule everything from viewing Christmas lights to visiting family, planning meals, purchasing and wrapping gifts, decorating, keeping the magic alive, making our favorite treats, scheduling in time with not just family but friends. Don't forget the elf. For God's sakes, don't forget the elf. I have small kids. Don't forget the elf. And the list goes on. This time of year can be incredibly stressful if you have an added mental health condition. And it can be difficult to deal with all of this holiday stress and the mental health condition. And also, what if you're grieving the loss of a loved one during the holidays, or have family stress, or already struggle with seasonal affective disorder? We're going to talk about all of this and more. So enough from me. Mary Madison, I'm going to bring her back onto the screen. Hey, Mary Madison. She's going to unmute herself. She's going to share a little bit more about how to deal with holiday stress. So, hey, Maddie, is that your ugly sweater?
It is. It says, "This is my ugly Christmas sweater." I even got my Christmas blanket.
She does have a Christmas blanket in her office. She gets chilly. So I have a question for you. What's your favorite holiday food, snack, or goodie that you like to partake in?
Probably. I don't know if this is holiday specific, but my grandma makes really good mashed potatoes.
Oh, mashed
Worldwide
potatoes.
famous.
That's why you were talking about potatoes earlier. You said even though they make your tummy
not happy.
Yeah, they don't, but all the best things don't, right?
All the best things. So I look forward to hearing about how you deal with holiday stress.
Alrighty, so this time of year can be stressful for everyone, whether it be the weather changes, seeing family you don't choose to spend time with often, or the financial strain that spending for the holidays can bring. If you're starting to feel this way, you are not alone. A statistic from the National Alliance on Mental Illness states that 64% of individuals living with a mental illness felt that their conditions worsened around the holidays. It is important during this season to make sure that you are dealing with this stress in a positive way. Recognize that you don't need to force yourself to be happy and that it's good to acknowledge feelings that aren't joyful. If you're feeling some extra stress during this time of year, take some time for yourself and do things that bring you joy. Instead of always focusing on giving to others, think about how you can give back to yourself. It might be beneficial to set realistic expectations. You can work on accepting your limitations. Prioritizing which events are most important to you, saying no when feeling overwhelmed, and spending the holidays the way that you want to, not spending your holidays trying to please others. For me, I love watching Christmas movies, taking a nap, or hanging out with my nieces and grandma, the mashed potato maker. However, you could also feel isolated and lonely around the holidays. If so, you might consider scheduling a call or a video chat with a family member or friend. Another idea might be to send holiday cards. If you're feeling stressed about the negative impact that the holidays can have on your finances, consider giving personal gifts or things that you have made and giving the gift of helping a neighbor, family member, friend, or a stranger. These are all stressors that are difficult on their own, but that can make it especially difficult for those living with a mental illness. So, if you're starting to feel this way, you are not alone. Spending time on yourself will help reduce the stress that you feel during this season and will help you to start feeling like yourself again. All of us here in NAMI County support you and believe in you. You got this. Back to you, Jessica.
Thank you. And you do got this. Thanks for all the tips, Maddie. So, what if you're grieving this holiday season? It can be a little extra difficult to celebrate the holidays while missing that loved one. Courtney is going to discuss this a little bit more with us. Hey, Courtney.
Hey, Jessica.
So, what's on your ugly sweater?
I have this nice reindeer on here and some jingle bells.
I have a green sweater with reindeer on it, not wearing it today. I'm wearing my snowman one. But so I have a question. What's your favorite holiday treat or food that you like to enjoy this season?
Ooh, that's a tough one. So I'm going to go with a sweet food, so dessert. I really love Oreo balls. So like Oreos crushed up with cream cheese all mixed together, then dipped in like white chocolate. It's perfect.
So it's kind of like an Oreo truffle.
Kind of, yes. Delicious though.
Well, I look forward to hearing what you have to share about how to deal with grieving during the holiday season.
Yes, I'm excited to share. So the holidays can be especially challenging if you're dealing with the death of someone close to you. Whether it was a loss of someone who was recent or occurred a long time ago, feelings of grief can be heightened and may seem overwhelming during the holiday season. This is the time of year known for traditions and togetherness with friends and family. Yet there may be some people who face challenges in how they celebrate and how they gather. Understanding how grief affects you, having conversations about plans with those close to you, and finding ways to remember your loved ones can help restore a sense of balance through this time. These actions can also be helpful to navigate through rough spots and find warmth in special, unexpected places. Grief and bereavement are universal, understandable human responses to loss, but how each person processes these various symptoms and reactions can vary greatly. Because each person is different, how and when those feelings surface will also vary, so there is no predictable timetable or pattern. While you may feel it on an emotional level or in everyday behaviors and relationships, grief also has its physical effects, which are important to note. So you may recognize that you feel more tired easily, you may have trouble sleeping or eating, and you may seem more susceptible to headaches or other illnesses. You may even notice that you have difficulty concentrating or have a low tolerance level. These symptoms occur because the part of the brain that's responsible for emotion and stress is activated during the grieving process, so normal brain functioning is interrupted. Grief can change brain chemicals and hormonal functioning, and your immune system can also be compromised. So pay close attention to your health and take good care of yourself while grieving. It's important to take it easy and to be gentle with yourself. Try to eat healthy foods and get enough rest. You're not imagining these reactions, they are real. If you're experiencing these feelings, it's a good idea to see your healthcare provider to ensure that everything is okay and have that added guidance during these difficult times. Some of what you're experiencing may also include responses that don't feel socially acceptable. So you may find that tears come in unexpected places or that you can't cry at all. You might feel so down or exhausted that you have trouble getting out of bed or off the couch. You may realize that the coping responses you've developed might not be the healthiest. It's important thing to remember is that you are a unique person. So honor your process and acknowledge that this is how you respond and how you are attempting to cope. There is no right or wrong way to grieve. Try to do it at your own pace. It may be beneficial to seek grief counseling or even join a grief support group. Knowing you're not alone can make a world of difference. Connecting with those who understand or who are going through a similar situation can provide some new perspectives, affirm that what you're doing and what you're going through is normal, and offer much needed support. You're grieving because you've loved, have been loved, or continue to love. An important part of healing during this holiday season may be to embrace the love and memories that you've shared with your loved ones. So sharing stories with family and friends, making favorite foods, looking at photographs of happy memories or other activities may help you find connection. Pay attention to whether this warms you or if it becomes too hot to touch. So let your feelings be your guide. Finding the path to navigate through all the season's activities may provide a sense of empowerment. And if you are in need of any crisis support, you can contact the Wood County Crisis Line. You can also text For Hope to the crisis text line at 741-741. We hope that you're able to take care of yourself this holiday season and enjoy yourself. Back to you, Jessica.
Absolutely. I appreciate you bringing this up. Sometimes people forget that people have lost loved ones, and it can be incredibly difficult to cope with during the holiday season.
Yeah, absolutely. We get so invested with the festivities that sometimes we just forget.
Sometimes we forget.
Yeah.
So thank you, Courtney. You know, speaking of grieving during the holidays, sometimes we have to figure out how to celebrate differently or create new traditions. So Bree today is going to talk, Bree Snowflake, is going to share with us how to handle family stress. Hey, Bree.
Hello.
What's on your ugly sweater?
Oh, world's tallest elf in honor of my elf door.
Elf door. So what's your favorite holiday tree?
I have two. So one is sugar cookies, but specifically the ones that my family makes together for our holiday. We like bake cookies together.
Mm-hmm.
We have a really good sugar cookie recipe, in my opinion, elite to all others. And then we also, during the holidays, spend time making empanadas, which are a Mexican dessert. It's also made with like meat and stuff, but we make them with like pumpkin filling. And then I prefer them with apple pie filling. And they're the most delicious dessert I could ever have in my entire life. So those are my two favorite holiday treats.
I was anticipating your chef's kiss.
Oh, it just is so good. So delicious.
So speaking of family and starting new traditions, I look forward to hearing how to deal with family stress during the holidays.
Absolutely. So like Jessica said, I'm going to talk a little bit about dealing with family during holidays. Maddie shared a statistic from the National Alliance on Mental Illness earlier in her segment, and so I have another one for you to start us off. So during the holidays, participants reported that 66% of them felt loneliness, 63% felt an increased pressure, and 57% felt unrealistic expectations. There are certain things you can do to minimize some of those feelings during the holidays. So like Jessica said, create some new memories. So for some, the holidays may have been a joyous time, but after the loss of a loved one, like Courtney shared, or an experienced tragedy can taint some of those memories. Instead of setting yourself up for the inevitable sadness that you might feel, create some new traditions and some memories. Take a few seconds to breathe. You might be scrambling to get gifts together or picking up additional shifts, or maybe you're dreading the chaos of visiting your family. Take time to breathe. Breathing exercises are designed to help us increase oxygen intake, give clarity, and help you feel grounded and productive. Stepping back from the fast pace that comes with the holiday season for a couple of seconds to establish a more grounded sense of purpose within your present moment can help ease some of those feelings of being overwhelmed or distracted. exercise a little bit. A short walk can do wonders. I know for me personally that breathing and exercise kind of go hand in hand. So getting to just take a short little walk, maybe you take your dog, maybe you go for a walk with a friend to vent, but getting out into the outdoors and giving yourself some space to have a minute can really help, especially during the holiday season. If seeing your family causes you great amounts of stress each year, it's okay to say no sometimes. Celebrating with just your partner or your kids or your pets can be a wonderful alternative to seeing people who might not always make you feel good or make you feel consistently stressed. Many a happy holiday can be formed by groups of people who have decided to celebrate with friends instead of family. Maybe you're unable to travel, or you have family who is, or for some other reason find yourself without family to celebrate with. You can celebrate with other people who you know are also without family for the day. Can be a really great way to bond with friends and enjoy the spirit of the season. There's Friendsgiving for Thanksgiving, but you can always have a friendly holiday get-together to celebrate Christmas and to build a new memory. Looking out for ourselves doesn't need to look like completely forgoing holiday get-togethers either. It can be as simple as taking time alone in your room the morning of a family gathering because you feel burnout from work and life's other obligations and getting ready for the day. I know for myself, I have a really big family. I love them all and I adore getting to spend time with them, but sometimes it can feel like a lot. And so there are some times where you just might need to take a break in your room or take a walk outside for just a couple of minutes, and then you're able to rejoin the family fun. Give yourself some compassion. Notice if you're being hard on yourself or blaming yourself, and be compassionate to your suffering. Talk to yourself the way you would talk to your best friend. You're allowed to need a minute. It's allowed to feel that sense of overwhelming, especially during the holiday season. Remember to kindly yet firmly set limits and boundaries, which Sherry will talk about a little bit. Don't let yourself be abused. We can all learn to do this, even though it's never easy. You can say, for example, if you continue to criticize me, I'm going to have to leave. Or if this conversation isn't helping me, so I need to go do something else. Decision-making is not only liberating in its concept, but can also be a key aspect to increasing productivity and feeling in control of your life. Making the choice to attend an office party or a family party or take some time off could be the difference between mental chaos and experiencing some clarity. Back to you, Jessica.
Those are some great tips. Thank you, Bree.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes this time of year can be difficult due to a diagnosis like seasonal affective disorder. Amanda Twinkletoes is going to discuss this disorder with us now. Hey.
Hello. How are you doing, Jessica?
Good. What's on your sweater there?
Well, I've got, let's see here, I've got little gnomes, and I've got a little sparkly Christmas tree.
And peppermints, hence the peppermint.
And the little floppy peppermints that keep going up and down.
So have you had your favorite treat yet this holiday season?
I have not. I usually make, they're called Martha Washington candies with my dad. There's a cherry in the middle, and then coconut, and then dipped in chocolate. So we've been making them our whole lives.
I was wondering if you've made your Martha Washingtons yet.
Not yet. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, we're looking forward to learning a little bit more about seasonal affective disorder.
Yeah, so along with all of the other stressors that the holiday can bring, people can experience seasonal affective disorder or SAD during this time of year too. So in most cases, SAD symptoms start in the late fall or early winter and go away during the spring and summer. Individuals who experience this type of depression often have similar signs and symptoms to that of major depression. So some of these symptoms can include feeling depressed most of the day or nearly every day, losing interest in activities you once enjoyed, experiencing changes in appetite or weight, having problems with sleep, feeling sluggish or agitated, having low energy, feeling hopeless or worthless, having difficulty concentrating, having frequent thoughts of death or suicide, oversleeping, overeating, and social withdrawal. One thing that people can try to do to help alleviate some of these symptoms is to use a light box. So the light box is about 20 times brighter than normal indoor lights and can help to compensate for the diminished natural sunlight in the darker months. These light boxes can be found relatively inexpensive on Amazon or in some stores. However, it is important to note that some individuals with certain eye diseases or who are taking certain medications that increase sensitivity to sunlight may need to use an alternative treatment or use the light box under medical supervision. Also, if your symptoms of SAD persist for a long time, it may also be a good idea to see a mental health professional. Back to you, Jessica.
Thanks, Amanda, for all of that information. So last but definitely not least, I hope she's awake. She was meditating down at the bottom of our screen. Shopping Sherry, now she's mad at me, is going to share in our self-care corner about setting boundaries during the holidays. So
Yes.
before you talk about setting boundaries, what's on your, I can only see a hat.
Of flamingos, the pink
He's
flamingos.
chewing on a candy cane. So what's your favorite holiday themed food?
I was just trying to think of that as I was meditating. I used to love my grandmother Murphy's homemade noodles, and I think my mom has taken over that, making those noodles. But they were really good. I used to eat the dough while they were drying out when I was little.
Well, thanks for sharing that. I look forward to hearing about your self-care boundary setting.
Okay, so not everyone is jolly during the holiday season. In fact, sometimes it can bring people down. Setting boundaries for yourself can help you get through these times. So how do we set boundaries? First and foremost, we need to identify our stressors. Answer these few questions. What makes you feel angry or sad during the holidays? What things are important to me? What will help me feel happy during the holiday season? Don't totally abandon your routine. Make a new one for the holidays. Don't feel obligated to travel if you don't feel safe doing so. Say yes to only the events you truly want to attend, and don't let guilt drive your decisions. Set financial boundaries. Set a budget for the gifts so that you won't cause anxiety and start your new year out in debt. Excuse yourself from stressing conversations. Set time limits for parties. Here are some examples of boundary setting phrases that you can use. Please don't say that to me. It makes me feel uncomfortable, even if you meant it as a compliment. Please don't make those jokes in front of the children. And I would love to host at my house, but it will need to be a potluck and I will need help cleaning up. So stick to those limits and have an Elfie holiday. Back to you, Jessica.
An Elfie holiday. You can see Anna in the background of your your screen. All we saw was Anna back there posing.
What?
That's all right. Never mind, Shopping Sherry. We hope you thank you for joining us. We hope you create new traditions, are able to celebrate old ones, enjoy your favorite holiday treats, or just be mindful in the moments of survival. So, until next time,
What the prettiest sight to see is the holly that will be on your